let's talk about this. So I did see some comments down below in my comment section, and also I want to go ahead and say real fast, I did not realize I was saying Praxis wrong this whole entire time. I don't know why. I thought I was saying it correctly. There are some words I just by accidentally say incorrectly, but I'm going to try my best to say it correctly moving forward. Praxis. Today's Praxis. Am I saying that correctly? Practice. No, it's, yeah, practice. Practice. Okay, I don't know why I was saying that incorrectly. I apologize for anyone who was upset by that. But anyway, let's talk about Joe Burrow, because I saw some comments down below, and yes, he is wearing a glove on his hand. He is struggling a bit in practice as of late, and there is some frustrations going on. Okay, shout out to Dan for posting this, but here's the thing I'll say about this. We kind of expected all of this. And what I mean by this is we talked about this throughout the whole entire offseason. There's going to be some setbacks, some problems, some issues when it comes to recovering from this surgery. It's not easy. A quarterback has never had this problem before. Well, this injury before, excuse me. He tore a ligament in his wrist that goes from his pinky all the way up to his elbow. And we've already on this channel looked at different medical doctors who said that there will be some inflammation in his wrist when he starts throwing the football. That's going to happen. And when he takes his first hit, there's going to be even more inflammation in his wrist. And he's going to have to deal with it. And it's going to be painful. It's not going to be fun. And he's going to have to ice it after every process, ice it after every game. And it's going to be a very long process to get through this whole situation. So him wearing a glove, him struggling, these are all things that reality-wise are kind of common with an injury like this. You know, this is not an injury where it's an ACL tear, MCL, PCL tear, where it's something where, you know, you have to kind of like, you know, oh, I can't walk correctly. I have to learn how to walk again. This is him learning how to throw the football again. Remember that Ravens game back in November of last year? He was on the sideline. He could not even grip the football and throw it. There's going to be some setbacks. It's not going to be perfect. I know so far everything has looked so good, so amazing. The fact is, it's not always going to be like this. There's going to be some problems. And that's the kind of the ugly side of this injury. So just keep that in mind. We also have a very good defense. They played very, very good today. They did a really great job. And I'm not trying to take away anything from the defense. But if you see him holding his wrists after the play, maybe doing, you know, throwing a pass, it's inaccurate. He's frustrated. He's upset. He has a glove on his hand. These are all things that are going to happen. There's inflammation in his wrist. Every time he uses his wrist, it's going to hurt him. He's going to feel it. It's not like he's 100% Joe. I know he says he's 100% right now, or he says as close to 100% as possible, and he will be 100% by the week 1 of the season. But we just got to keep in mind there's going to continue to be setbacks throughout the rest of preseason and training camp. This is a part of this injury, okay? Again, I know it sucks. It does, because we want Joe 100% out there, playing at a top level, playing at normal Joe level. But this injury, no one has ever had before. So let's talk about the 5 observations, because Dan actually goes ahead and addresses this in the first one. He said that he wore a glove at times today. I thought he might be experimenting after the rainy Chicago practice, but he didn't throw with it on. He told me he sometimes puts it on between drills on windy, dry days. And yes, there probably is, again, he's trying to protect that hand. He's trying to protect that hand, that wrist. He's trying to protect that area. So, yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does this when we get into the actual game. I wouldn't look too far into this. This is, if anything, could just be considered precautionary measures. If he's feeling any type of tightness, he's going to do everything he possibly can do to make sure there's no setbacks even farther and no issues even farther than what we have so far. Number 2, Trent Brown was back at practice with the starting offense after straining his back in Chicago. Rookie Amarius Mims said he's studying the 10-year vet. You won't find much bad film there on him, said Mims. I'm trying to learn from the guy. I want to have a long career like him. And again, I've said many times, Trent Brown arguably is one of the best right tackles in the league. He has been throughout his whole entire career. That has never really been the problem. It has never been a skill issue with Trent Brown. Trent Brown's biggest issue has always been his ability to stay healthy. It's his ability to actually play through injury and be able to last a whole entire season. That's really Trent Brown's biggest problem. So that's issue. I wouldn't even say this has anything to do with his skill. He's a very skilled player and he has a lot of great things to contribute to his team. It just comes down to him staying healthy, which obviously so far the training camp has been ups and downs. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and watch this play real fast. Let's go, Joe. And there we go. And you can see he doesn't have the glove on his hand during the hiking the ball right there. So we look at this footage right here, and this is what we looked at before, right? So, for example, right here, that's a catch right there. But there was a pass to Trent Irwin where Dax was in coverage, but it really just was overthrown by Joe. And it's going to happen. It is what it is at the end of the day. Jermaine Burton is taking regular reps as returner. He did not return a kick or punt in college. He did some of that in practice, and our sources told us he's pretty good, said Duke Tobin. Darren's done a good job of working with him and giving him opportunities. I like the fact we're utilizing every way possible for Jermaine Burton, and obviously I think Jermaine Burton is a lot more explosive than Chuck Sizzle. I just hope that Jermaine Burton, we don't go down the same route that we did with Chuck Sizzle, where we just don't utilize Burton at all in offense, and we just utilize him as a kick and punt returner. I really hope we don't do that, because I think that there's so much potential, so that's so much, area, room for explosiveness, room for takeoff potential. I mean, Jermaine Burton could be an absolute NFL superstar. And I hope we don't waste him by using him as just a kick and punt returner and not utilizing him in offense. I think he definitely deserves to be used in offense in some capacity. Moa is tied for the NFL lead in preseason tackles and was flying around the ball today. My whole mindset since I got here is to show I belong every day with my preparation, how I take care of my body, and how I am in meeting rooms, he said. He is going to be the most absolute dominant linebacker for us this season. He's going to have a fantastic freaking year. He is so fast. He gets to the players so quickly. I mean, this man is like blazing speed. I freaking love him. Noah Jamenta. Absolutely love him. And where's my fifth observation? Dan, where's my fifth observation, Dan? There we go. Thank you, Dan. Despite a Logan Woodside to Cole Burlett's touchdown, the defense won the final complexive portion of practice on this 4th and 1 pass breakup by Dax Hill. The offense had to run gassers after practice as a result. And that's another thing. So Logan Woodside is doing a lot of the second teams because we're not going to see our boy Jake Browning back for a bit. And I think that definitely hurts a lot when it comes to camp because Logan Woodside, I love the guy, but he's never played NFL in his life, okay? He's played, first time playing was preseason football the last 2 weeks. But outside of that, he's never played the NFL. So my only problem with that perspective is that Logan Woodside doesn't give us an NFL quarterback out there playing. I know Jake, you might say, well, Jake has limited experience too, but Jake also played almost all last year. So Jake does give you that level. And I know he struggled in preseason in his first game, but it is what it is. Dax Hill, man, going crazy. It is what it is at the end of the day, but, you like to have an NFL quarterback out there with experience helping out some of these younger guys a little bit with these passes because Logan does throw some wild passes occasionally. Would you expect that from a guy who's never played in the NFL before? That was a good play, by the way, by Dax Hill. That was a really good play right there by Dax. But, guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.